We all know Wagyu to be the most expensive beef in the world.
Looks expensive.
But is it really worth the hype? Ever wondered if there's a steak out there that could outshine the legendary Japanese Wagyu? Well, you're about to find out. In this sizzling culinary clash, we'll look at the world-renowned Wagyu beef by exploring why it's known as the epitome of steak perfection.
It was perfect. Perfect.
Then we'll journey beyond borders to introduce you to a lesser-known Korean beef contender that might just steal the spotlight as the ultimate premium steak experience. By the end of this video, you'll discover if this Korean underdog can truly stake its claim as the better steak than Wagyu, or if it's just another Wagyu wannabe trying to steal the spotlight. So let's get right into the juicy showdown. When it comes to beef, there's ordinary, there's extraordinary, and then there's Wagyu. In the world of beef, Wagyu is like the crown jewel, known for its unmatched taste, tenderness, and luxurious marbling. Whether you're biting into a juicy Wagyu steak or a mouth-watering Wagyu burger, it's a flavor-packed experience that's a cut above the rest. Wagyu is a Japanese term that essentially means Japanese cow. Many centuries ago, Japanese farmers began to purposefully breed cattle for their robust strength and enduring qualities, primarily to assist with agricultural tasks. This careful and selective breeding process formed the groundwork for what we currently recognize as Wagyu beef. Unlike other cattle, Wagyu aren't your everyday cows. They're more like the VIPs of the bovine world. The process of raising them is a finely tuned art form. These cows are treated with the utmost care and respect from day one. They enjoy spacious living quarters and even receive massages. Yes, some serious TLC. It's like a spa day for cows. And when it comes to diet, Wagyu cows are on a special high-quality feed regimen, often including grains and a bit of beer or sake. This carefully crafted diet contributes to the famous marbling, which are those delicate lines of fat within the meat that makes Wagyu so extraordinary. Speaking of marbling, that's where a big part of the cost comes in. Wagyu beef is generally marbled with this exquisite fat, which gives the beef its buttery texture and intense flavor. However, producing this level of marbling requires precision breeding, and it takes a long time, typically over 2 years, to raise a Wagyu cow to maturity. But it doesn't stop there. The demand for Wagyu beef is sky high, and the supply is equally limited. Only a select number of cattle meet the strict Wagyu criteria. Plus, there's the cost of transporting these pampered cows and their specialized feed. The careful grading process is one of the key factors driving up the price of Wagyu. Each piece of Wagyu undergoes a meticulous quality assessment, and the top-tier cuts command top-dollar prices. The grading criteria are so detailed to the point that there's a dedicated scale just for rating marbling, color, fat standard, and yield. All of these factors contribute to the jaw-dropping cost of Wagyu, which can reach as high as $200 per pound. Even the cows themselves can come with a staggering price tag of up to $30,000. It's that expensive. Today, Wagyu's popularity is global. While Japan is still the heart of it all, you can now find Wagyu cattle raised in countries like the United States and Australia. These cattle are often crossbred with local breeds, resulting in a fusion of flavors that are earning recognition worldwide. Now, imagine a world where a bold contender steps up to challenge the legendary fame of Wagyu beef. Have you ever crossed paths with Hanwoo? Believe it or not, this is a rising star in the culinary world. Hanwoo, aka Hanu, Korean brown, or affectionately dubbed the Wagyu of Korea, originated from South Korea and is making its presence known as a formidable rival to Wagyu. But why, you ask? Hanwoo is a breed of cattle that has been a part of Korean culture for so long as a draft animal that they predate kimchi. Before there was Wagyu, there was Hanwoo. These Korean cows are believed to be the ancestors of many Japanese cattle, particularly red Wagyu. So if you're a fan of Wagyu, you have Hanwoo to thank.
Super Hanu cattle weighing 1,400 kilograms has been produced in Korea.
Over 2,000 years ago, the very first cows arrived in Japan from the Asian mainland, and many of them came from the Korean peninsula. Even more intriguing, between 1868 and 1910, Japanese cattle in regions like Kumamoto and Kochi received an infusion of Korean genetics. This blend of Korean influence has left a lasting mark, as the red Wagyu or Akaushi cattle share a striking physical resemblance with the Hanwoo breed. While they were originally raised for draft and sacrificial rites in the Korean peninsula, when the economy began booming in the 1960s, the consumption of beef also increased. This led to Hanwoo being redefined as a meat-type cattle. Hanwoo cows are beautiful, have a golden brown coat, and are fertile. However, their slow growth rate and reduced milking yield mean they don't produce as much beef as other breeds. But the Korean cattle industry is working hard to increase their numbers to meet the growing demand for Hanwoo beef. With more Koreans and foreigners craving this delicious meat, it's only a matter of time before Hanwoo cows become the king of the bovine world. Much like Wagyu, the marbling of Hanwoo is crucial. Hanwoo beef boasts intricate marbling, where delicate threads of fat elegantly intertwine with the meat. This abundant marbling imparts exquisite tenderness and a unique flavor profile, often described as rich, buttery, and beefy with a delightful sweet aftertaste. Achieving the perfect marbling in Hanwoo cattle can take 5 to 10 generations, which translates to a period of 15 to 30 years. Hanwoo's delightful flavor sets it apart from both the leaner American steaks and the fatty Wagyu. It captures the rich beefy essence reminiscent of USDA prime beef. In South Korea, even though Hanwoo is considered a luxury, it's often enjoyed in a relaxed Korean barbecue setting. It's savored for special occasions or exchanged as a luxurious gift during the Lunar New Year and Korean Thanksgiving. Sounds divine, huh? Korean farmers take great pride in providing their cows with a life of comfort and quality. Some farmers go the extra mile by serenading their cattle with soothing music, believing that it enhances the flavor of the meat. This harmonious approach to raising Hanwoo cattle reflects the commitment to producing top-notch beef. Now, the million-dollar question: is Hanwoo better than Wagyu? Well, it's not a matter of better or worse, it's a matter of preference. Both Hanwoo and Wagyu are exceptional beef varieties, each possessing distinct qualities, but some unique features of Hanwoo set it apart from Wagyu, the first being its distinctive taste. According to Chinese chef Jackie Chung, Hanwoo boasts a highly appealing flavor profile. It falls between the leaner American steaks and the fattier Japanese Wagyu. Wagyu typically has a fat-to-meat ratio of 70 to 30%, while Hanwoo's ratio is around 50-50 or 60-40 present, striking a unique balance that contributes to its distinctive taste. When consumed, Wagyu feels like it melts in your mouth due to its high fat content, but this can sometimes result in a relatively milder beef taste. In contrast, Hanwoo strikes a balance with a more robust beef flavor and an umami touch. Despite having less marbling, it offers a bit more texture to chew on rather than just melting in your mouth. Hanwoo's versatility in cooking is another reason why it's often considered superior to Wagyu. Whether you prefer baking, roasting, deep frying, shallow frying, or any other cooking method, Hanwoo adapts beautifully to various culinary techniques thanks to its ideal fat content. Grilling Hanwoo beef over charcoal, especially after marinating it in Korean sauces, is considered one of the best ways to enjoy this delicacy. Wagyu, on the other hand, requires careful handling due to its high fat content, which melts at lower temperatures. And when talking about price, both hit your wallet hard. Hanwoo is South Koreans' cherished treasure, and it sometimes outprices its Wagyu counterparts. However, it doesn't quite reach the extravagance of Kobe beef or A5 Miyazaki, but it still costs twice as much as American or Australian cuts. But here's another catch. Hanwoo beef is as rare as it is delicious. The demand is high, but the supply is limited to South Korea and its neighbors. Korea's limited land space also makes breeding this gourmet beef a challenge, adding to its exclusivity and premium price tag. This makes Hanwoo not as widely available globally as Japanese beef. In fact, this Korean beef has official export destinations limited to just a few places, including Hong Kong, Macau, Cambodia, and more recently, Malaysia. Wagyu, on the other hand, isn't as picky about its location. It's been chilling in the USA since 1976. In the realm of gourmet meats, both Hanwoo and Wagyu have their special places, and the best choice ultimately comes down to what delights your taste buds and suits your culinary preferences. Now, tell us, have you ever had the chance to enjoy the exquisite taste of either of these premium meats? If so, which one do you prefer, Hanwoo or Wagyu?